Hey all, good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it may be for wherever you are. I am Stephanie Joy with all things Social Security and the Joy Disability Law Office. Your video is about to start. I wanted to remind you of our live Q&A sessions here on YouTube as well. They start at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so it's a little earlier for you Western folks. And I look forward to seeing you there. It's a first come, first served basis in terms of the questions you might want to pose in the chat. And I will pick them up going from beginning to end for about a 2 hour period. So, anyway, I hope to see you there. Have a great one, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. I am going to answer a question from Girls Trade 2 that she posted publicly on the YouTube channel. And I just thought it'd be quicker to do a video than to try to type out a whole long response. And I don't really have time anyway. So the question was, if I could find it, and this is with regard to the SSA-16, which is the Title II Social Security Disability Application, the first part of it, the part that comes before the part where you put in all your doctors. If you do it online, you'll see it's kind of like two parts also. So, question number 11. She says that SSA-16 asks about pension or annuities, but it is confusing. It is a confusing question. I am due a pension from the state that I worked in. This was a legit job and Social Security was paid throughout this job. Is this question referring to work done where Social Security was not paid, like out of country work? I am confused about whether to say yes or no for this question. So let's take a look at the question. But I got to preface this with the form that the SSA still has online to use is from 2022. We did have a big law change at the end of 2024 that affected the offset that otherwise applied to pensioners throughout WEP, windfall elimination provision, and GPO, government pension offset. And that really changed the whole game. But I still see this form out there, and I think that's what Girls Trade 2 is probably using. And I don't see an updated one. I would imagine there's going to be an updated one. But if we do go to that particular form, and I did have it, let's see. Let me go back to it. Yeah. All right. So 11 says, are you entitled to, or do you expect to be entitled to a pension or annuity based on your work not covered by Social Security? I've got something really, a hair tickling my face. And then you give yes or no. If the answer is no, you don't even answer the rest of the pension question and you go on to number 12, which is about marriage. So let's say it again. Are you entitled to a pension based on your work not covered by Social Security? So first, are you eligible for a pension? Girls Trade 2 would say, yes, I'm eligible for a pension. Was it covered by Social Security or not? It was not. So I'm sorry, it was. Hers was covered by Social Security. She made clear that she paid Social Security on all this income, which tangentially, let me just say, that's awesome because she's going to have potentially a check coming from the state government she worked for and a check coming from the federal government because of the Social Security she paid in all the years of her life, including the big job with the state. So if we go back to her question, you would be answering, if I could just find it again, you would be answering no, because you are not expecting a pension based on work not covered by Social Security. You're only expecting a pension based on work covered by Social Security. And it asks about if it's not covered by Social Security. So your answer would be no. Now, prior to the law change in 2024, this would be important because those that did have lifetime earnings producing a pension that did not pay Social Security on it, they were not going to be, the appearance in Social Security's eyes that they are poor lifetime workers would be largely untrue because they had this pension job. But SSA doesn't know about it because it doesn't get sent to them because you didn't pay Social Security on it. I have a fly flying around too. I know it's like almost April. It's gonna drive me crazy. I have to get one of those little sticky things we used to have in the barn. Um, so before the change in the law, this would be very relevant because the SSA has to know that they can't give those people that have a pension that did not pay Social Security on them the social welfare boost to the rate that would get applied to the income they did earn in those other jobs where they paid Social Security to figure out their Social Security rate. Now that they've taken that away, and those people that didn't pay Social Security taxes to Social Security on their pension designed work are now going to get the higher rate of the poor man that their peers, like Girls Trade 2, aren't going to get. Girls Trade 2 is going to get the lower rate um, because that offset is not there to prevent the two from being treated the same. So it is a little weird twist in the law when they removed it. I know a lot of pensioners obviously liked it a lot, like Girls Trade 2 is going to realize that it's not benefiting all pensioners. It is only benefiting those um, that weren't getting the social boost that they would prefer because it'll put more money in their pocket for them to be treated like a poorer person, even though they're not, um, and get that extra boost that Girls Trade 2 is not going to get to her. She's going to stay at the lower amount. They're going to get the higher amount. People got very upset when you ever said anything bad about um, not, supporting the fact that they shouldn't change this offset. They were very upset. Very small minority, but they're very vocal. Of course, that's how it always is. And, you try to explain, but you're getting a poor man's rate, which is higher when you're not poor. And that's not what that's designed for. But, you know, God forbid, someone thinks money is being taken out of their pocket when it really wasn't. It was just really more the proper calculation for it to be fair. Girls Trade 2 and her peers are getting paid at a lower rate now than their coworkers who never paid in. It's very strange. Anyway, I think this form is going to change. I'm thinking because I don't know that they otherwise need this information, except for the law that had existed for years and years up until the end of 2024. So while you're doing that form, Girls Trade 2, I don't know that that's going to matter. But since it's the only form you might have access to, because I haven't seen them put out another one, which is kind of BS because, as we know, not everybody can do things online. So if I get it, usually I get a hold of one and I just keep it forever and I use it when I need to. I prefer to do it online, but not always possible. Sometimes a person can't connect to the SSA won't recognize them, and I can't get in there to file online for them. So we have to do a paper one. It's cumbersome. It's more expensive, but it's something you just have to do. So I expect this to change. I do expect to get my hands on a copy one day. So even if they don't publish it on the internet, which they should, but if they don't, I'm sure I'll get my hands on it. They used to have the SSI one published on the internet, and then you couldn't really find it. I had a copy for years and years and years, and I use it. They still have to kind of attest to things on the phone with the SSA when it's SSI, but we get all the stuff in writing, so I don't have to have my person sitting there trusting that the person on the other end of the phone is putting the information in right. I'm not a big fan of giving answers by phone. Okay, that's it, guys. I hope I answered your question. Girls Trade 2, thank you for it, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.